What is up, guys, and welcome back to another video. It's me, Bryson Sports Talk, and today we are doing our NFL playoff predictions for the season. Week 18 just ended. Wild card weekend is right around the corner, so I thought this would be the perfect time to start off with my predictions. I'm gonna go over most of the teams pretty fast, especially the wild card games. Once we get later in the games, I'll try to go more in depth to the games and stuff like that. Please make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. By the way, I did get a new microphone, so let me know how the quality is in the comment section. But let's just get straight into it. I don't like wasting a lot of time, so let's just get straight into it. Our first game is the Raiders and the Bengals, two teams that I think have played pretty well this season. Personally, I think the Bengals have just played very well and better, so I'm going to take the Bengals here. The Raiders did very well. They've had a very good season and an underrated season, that's for sure. There's no doubt in that. And it's pretty crazy because these last three spots, the wild card, they were like up for grabs. You know, any of these teams like the Dolphins, Colts, Steelers obviously made it in. The Raiders finished 10-7. They played very well. So did the Bengals. But I just think looking at the Bengals stats, games in general, I just think they're a better team. Next up, we got the Bills and the Patriots. Another matchup we've seen a lot of this season, actually, and we're going to continue to see it in the playoffs. I'm going to take the Bills here. I think the Bills have just ruled this matchup a lot. I believe that the Patriots have played pretty well. Looking at the Bills, obviously the Patriots beat them once, and then the Bills won again. It's funny because the home teams lost in both of these matchups. I think the Bills they finished off the season with an amazing route, in my opinion. I just think that they don't. I just think they're just gonna keep it rolling, in my opinion. They've just played better as well. I think Mac Jones. I think the only reason the way the Patriots win is that if they strike first and they keep the Bills' offense contained. I think the Bills' defense and offense is really good, and I just think, looking on paper, they're a very good team. I'm not sure if they played it this season, but I knew that the Bills would make the playoffs and come back after their sluggish start, we could say. Next up, we got the Chiefs and the Steelers. I'm going to take the Chiefs here for pretty obvious reasons. I mean, it's the Steelers. Let's be real here. Big Ben is very old. Watching his last game at Heinz Field, I'm not a Pittsburgh fan. Obviously, I'm an Eagles fan, but I could feel, if that was my quarterback, I could feel definitely the pain, the memories, and what's next. And I think this is going to be the biggest statement game of the year. But I just don't think they're good enough, in my opinion, to win this game and be the team that wins and moves on to the divisional. I just don't think that they played well enough. They played against an undermanned Ravens team and almost lost. I just don't think that they're ready and good enough. Moving on to the NFC, we got the Rams and the Cardinals, a game that I'm honestly really excited for. Personally, I'm going to take the Cardinals here. I think the Cardinals, I think the Rams just make weird mistakes. I think Matt Stafford he's slowly regressing. I think he's past his prime. And I just think that there's just too much. I mean, the Rams have blown so many games. It's not even funny this season. Looking at their schedule here. Like games like, the Cardinals almost swept them. The Rams game. But looking at this Rams game, you've seen just silly losses. And this 49ers loss that they just suffered in Week 18 should not have happened. I don't understand the throw by Stafford right there. There's just so many things. I just think the Cardinals are just a better team overall, in my opinion. You could get into a real big debate about it, but give me the Cardinals. Next up, we got the 49ers and the Cowboys, another game that I think will be really interesting. Personally, I think both of these offenses are very good. And I think it's just going to matter about who strikes first and who plays better. I think that they could go back and forth the whole game, and it come down to the last possession of the game, and the defense is going to need to step up on whoever side of the ball it is. And I think both those defenses could do that. I'm going to take the Cowboys here at home. I just think that they play very well when they're at home against teams who struggle in those type of atmospheres, and I think the 49ers are one of those teams. Next up, we got my favorite game of the week, and we got the Buccaneers and the Eagles. I'm going to take the Bucs here. I don't want to be biased, and I just don't think my Eagles are good enough. It hurts me to say this, but I just don't think my Eagles are good enough, and I don't think so. And I love the way we played this season. I don't think that this loss will mean anything for us. I think we're a good team. I think we have what it takes. Next year's going to be our year. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling another Super Bowl coming back to Philly. Just if that happened, you don't even understand. But I'll talk about the Eagles in a separate video, so don't worry about that. Next up, we got the Chiefs and the Bills. This game is the craziest game, in my opinion, that we will ever see. I think that this game, AFC Championship game we've seen lately, I think that the Chiefs are a very good team, and I think the Bills are too. I think the Bills are a contending team that could go for the Super Bowl this year, and I think the Chiefs are too. And when it comes down to the end, I'm going to take the Chiefs here at Arrowhead. I think it's going to be the closest game. I think it's going to be within 3 points, in my opinion. Maybe even, I think it's going to be one possession. It's so hard because I think any of these 4 teams right here could beat either one of these guys. Either one of the other teams. I'm going to take the Titans over here as well against the Bengals. I think it's going to be another close game. I think the Titans just outplay the Bengals a little bit. I think the defense just plays a little bit better. But once again, anything could happen. Moving on to the Bucs Cowboys, I'm going to take the Bucs. I just think they're such a good team. I don't see any reason why the Bucs can't win this game against the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys are a very good team, but I just don't think you can come into Raymond James Stadium and win a game acting like you run the place. And I just think that's what the Cowboys do in almost every stadium, and I don't think it works. Half the time it does, but half the time it doesn't. I mean, we've seen looking at the Cowboys, they lost to the Broncos, okay? Like, let's be real here. You got to win some of these games. I mean, most of the games they've taken care of. I mean, you can see that, obviously. They've lost to the Buccaneers in week 1. It wasn't even a close. I mean, it was closer than it was close. But it's playoff football. This isn't the regular season, and it's not week 1. I think either of these teams could come and get a win. But give me the Buccaneers. Next up, we got the Packers and the Cardinals. I'm going to take the Packers at home. I just think they're the better team. Lambeau Field, a lot of fans, a lot of people. It's going to be a rough atmosphere, and it's going to be hard for any team. I don't care who it is. I don't care who is playing in that game. I just don't think that they're good enough. It's playoff football. Let's be real. Moving on to the conference championship, we got Titans, Chiefs, and Bucs, Packers. Titans are at home. I'm going to think. Sorry about that. You're just going to keep the video rolling. But the Titans are at home, and of course we got the Chiefs coming in. This is going to be a very good matchup, in my opinion. I think that we're going to take. I'm sorry, guys. I'm very sorry, but I think I'm going to go with the Chiefs. I'm going to go with the Chiefs here. I think the Chiefs have just played an amazing season. I just don't think the Titans are good enough, in my opinion, to go ahead and get that win. Moving on, we got the Buccaneers and the Packers. I'm going to take the Packers here. I'd love to see a Packers-Chiefs Super Bowl. I think Aaron Rodgers, this is their year. I just don't think if they win the Super Bowl this year or they make it to the Super Bowl, I don't know when they're going to do it. If this is an era you see here with Aaron Rodgers, and I think got to end the era with a Super Bowl win. And I think that gives you a hint on who my Super Bowl winner is. I'm going to take the Packers. I think that the Chiefs have played an amazing season, too. I think it's going to be a close one, but give me the Packers. That's going to be it for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching if you are new. By the way, I'm sorry if I wasn't the best at this video today. I've been dealing with a lot, and I've been dealing with some tech issues, and I've kind of had to do this video 3 times already. So, just a little spoiler, but thank you guys so much for watching. I'm out.